to look for some real income online. Now, sadly, there's a lot of programs out there that are not offering real income. They're taking advantage of you, and there's a lot of people struggling. And not just these types of other programs that are just dishonest. There's a lot of really difficult programs and difficult opportunities out there. So a lot of times people, when they get involved with an opportunity, they're faced with this quote, and it says, "It won't work out." They're being told this by their friends, they're being told this by their family, they're being told this maybe even by that little voice within their own mind that's telling them this opportunity they've gotten involved with, it's just not going to work out. And so, you know, sometimes there's people that listen to these influences. Maybe they're in forums, groups, maybe they're our family members, our spouses, our kids, our aunts, uncles, you name it, whoever it is that's telling us this. Sometimes it can be very discouraging. And we can just feel that it's just never going to work out. We can struggle, we can feel just under pressure, under burden. We don't know if we really want to go for it. And we could just really feel down, you know, and there's a lot of people in this industry, a lot of people within this industry that are struggling to make any kind of money within any kind of income opportunity. I mean, it's very difficult for a lot of people. And they're all being told what you need are visitors to your website, your referral link, your lead capture page, what have you, your blog. You know, a lot of people are telling you blog, 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 and you're like, okay, well, I've written all these articles, but now I need people to read them. You know, there's all kinds of people out there that are giving you all kinds of hints on how to get this done. How to get visitors is really a difficult thing, especially if it's targeted within the income industry, the make money online industry. But they're always telling you, you need visitors, you need leads, you need prospects, and then you have customers. But then you kind of get back to this stage saying, ugh, how do I do that? How do I get real quality visitors to my website to really generate the kind of income that I'm looking to make? I mean, after all, this is why you've come online. And actually, most people are a member of the 97% club. And if you're a member of the 97% club, what that means is that you are one of the people online who are failing at making an income online that's even going to pay for a grocery or maybe even a hamburger at a local grocery, at a hamburger stand. 97% of the people that are involved in an income opportunity simply don't make hardly anything. And it really comes down to some very basic strategies that really go involved with marketing, getting referrals, getting your ads out in front of a lot of people, and overcoming obstacles. A lot of people simply don't have what it takes to overcome an obstacle. A lot of times people, they're going smooth sailing and they bump into an obstacle and it throws them off the path and they're back in this mode, it won't work out. They're bumped against this obstacle that just makes them feel hopeless, and they start to paint for themselves this picture that basically looks like the end of the world, and that they've really got to give up on this whole trying to make money online types of things. Okay? But there are people who find these obstacles as strengtheners, who say, you know what, I know that this is an obstacle, it's not easy, but I'm going to climb over this, and by climbing, I'm going to develop the strength and develop the knowledge that I need to then, when someone else is coming down this road behind me, I can turn around and say, let me help you through that struggle. I've been there. I know how hard that is. Let me give you some encouraging words. Let me help you find the information you're looking for. Let me help you find the resources that you truly need to be successful. And we already saw this, is that we all, to begin to be successful, you need targeted advertising. You need true visitors to come to your website that are actually targeted for income opportunities. I mean, I know that there's lots of places out there you can buy traffic or even get traffic for free, but have you used any of those? They're hard. And I have definitely been involved in a number of different opportunities since I first started online back in 2008. And I tried paying for, targeted advertising on some of these cheapy, freebie types of sites. And I'll tell you that I never saw one sign up using those types of resources. It's getting the targeted traffic from like the safe list, the traffic exchanges, those types of places that are really going to give you the visitors that you need that are already conditioned. They already believe in income opportunities. They might already be involved in an income opportunity. But, just like what it's saying here is that 97% of these people are failing. They're looking for a good leader. They're looking for someone that knows what they're doing, and they're looking to get some help. And so if you can stand out as being a leader, someone who can help them, that can really help you actually generate more leads for your business, grow your downlines, get more referrals, and ultimately make more money to help you achieve exactly what you're trying to do, is get more real income online, to really earn some real money so that you can, take those vacations, maybe just pay that mortgage payment, buy that or pay off that car, whatever it is that you're saying, you know what, I'm in debt, I need to pay that off. Whatever you're struggling with, whatever is your reason for coming online to make money, you need one fundamental thing to begin this whole sales funnel. You need visitors to your website. Now the great thing that I got for you here at Adhitprofits is advertising, targeted advertising for the income opportunity niche. Now it's $1 billion home-based business industry, and this website just started April 8th, 2013, so just a little bit over 4 months. This website, Adhitprofits, has really stood out in the industry and has already helped a lot of people make sales that have never made sales ever before, because the advertising here on this website is truly that targeted. Now, if you're not familiar with how targeted this is, maybe this is your first visit to Adhitprofits. Let's compare with some other top performing, top targeted advertising websites that are out there. One of them, for example, is ListJoe. ListJoe is a great email marketing tool to email, thousands of people. You can sign up for free. If you upgrade, then of course you can email more often and you can email more people. Now, email marketing is effective, but it definitely takes some strategies to do that. And it definitely comes down to standing out as being a leader, offering the value that people are looking for, stating the benefits, helping people recognize what they can get out of what it is that you can offer. And oftentimes, to get the most click-throughs on an email, you're going to want to be as secretive as you can. You don't want to give away the information in your email, because then no one's going to have to click on your link. But if you say something like in your topic, especially since everyone in this whole industry are looking for targeted and responsive visitors, you can say in the topic, subject line, get targeted and responsive visitors to your website. And then the email could say something like, you're not going to believe this. This site is amazing. It's going to bring you exactly the visitors that you need to build up your business. Something like that. Something that's just kind of teasing people. Yes, I want to find these targeted leads. I want to be able to start generating commissions. I want to start getting sign-ups to my opt-in pages. Those types of things. If you start talking about the benefits that people can have by generating, these visitors from Adhitprofits, that can help you with your marketing campaigns, emailing. Adhitprofits has a lot of great things with it. Now let me go back to this page here. This is Alexa, and the main reason why I want to show this to you is because Adhitprofits is actually ranking above all of these other top advertising resources that have been online for years and years. So Adhitprofits, our aim is also to be online for years and years, both as an income source for you to generate commissions and share in the sales revenues, but also to take advantage of the advertising to be able to market and grow whatever it is that you're online. That's really the main vision and mission, actually, of Adhitprofits, is to build up other businesses to build you up in whatever business opportunity you're in, and then having us all actually profit together and share those revenues all around with every single member as they're coming involved. So here's another one, Moneymaker Group. Moneymaker Group is a forum that people go to read up on different opportunities and to interact, and sometimes there's a lot of negativity in there about different opportunities and just a lot of slamming around. But the main reason why I bring that up is it is a very highly used advertising resource where a lot of advertising on there is like $55 a day, or there's hundreds or even thousands of dollars for ads, just like what's on Adhitprofits for just a month or something like that. So very expensive because of the targeted community. And so that's what's really important is for the top marketers, they look at where the reservoirs of traffic are, especially within their community. And with Adhitprofits, if you're involved with income opportunities, this is a high traffic reservoir for you to really tap in and draw those visitors to your website and help build your lists, build your downlines, get referrals, and make commissions. Another resource here is Hitlink. It's a traffic exchange. It's one of the best traffic exchanges online. Hitlink, you can see how many more visitors we're getting and how many more active members that we have. Now, a lot of times people look at these graphs and say, these are just graphs. I don't even know what that means. 500 Alexa, 774 Alexa, 10,000 Alexa. What does that exactly mean? This blue line that you're seeing up here again is the Adhitprofits. When you're looking at that, what this is meaning is that there's 228,703 unique visitors that have been on our website within the last 24 hours and over 1.4 million page views. That's incredible. So placing banners on Adhitprofits in front of all of these people who are truly targeted for income opportunities, there's incredible advertising going on with Adhitprofits, absolutely. Some of those testimonials are on our front page. Some of these are saying, share this, guys. The entire network marketing industry, money-making industry needs to know about how good it really is to advertise on Adhitprofits. Pay-per-click is where it's at. This is crazy, this advertiser is saying. And, I've tested out these services myself, and it's true. One of the things I really like about pay-per-click, and just let's go on to where it says, how it works. Pay-per-click banner advertising, with this, you're not charged when your ad is displayed, but only when someone clicks on your ad to go to your website. Or in other words, you only pay when your advertising works. So that's amazing. Some of these other advertising resources out there, you're paying just for your ad to display for a day, week, month, whatever, and you don't know how many people are actually ever going to click on your ad. I know that I've used some Save This before where I put up, lots of banner exposures and hardly ever got any clicks. So that's the great thing about Adhitprofits banner advertising is as your banners are being displayed in front of, hundreds of thousands of people every day, and they're up there, for days on end, depending on how many clicks that you've purchased, then you're only going to be getting visitors to your website who have seen your banner and said, I wonder what that is. So the better that you stand out as a banner, to appeal to exactly the right people that you're looking for, those are the people that are going to be most likely attracted to click on your banner. And when you have those people click on your banner, make sure that your website is also very appealing to them with the value and the benefit statements to help them recognize why they want to get involved with this. What's in it for them? How are they going to be able to achieve their goals easier, faster, without as much burden, less stress, less worry, less guesswork, those types of things. The more that you stand out and the more that you help people recognize the benefits and the value and how it's actually going to benefit them, the more results that you're going to have. And I know that some of these people are promoting company replicated websites. A lot of times a company replicated website just says join now, and just, whoever has seen join now and said, oh, I better join right now. Most of the time we want to kind of look at it and say, well, why do I want to join this? How is this going to benefit me? I've got such and such goals, like I need to generate traffic to my website, or I need to get more signups. I'm looking for a way that can help me build a website easier, faster, something like that. whatever it is that you're really trying to accomplish. I mean, you know your business best, and you know what struggles and what hardships you're bumping into as you're trying to build up. And so whatever it is that you're looking for is what these banners are going to be appealing towards you if you find a banner that's telling you of that kind of benefit. That's going to help you unlock or help you overcome whatever that struggle is. So keep that in mind when putting a banner up on Adhitprofits, is that you want to really find a way to appeal to the person who is going to be viewing that banner, and appeal in a way that actually helps them recognize what it is that you're going to offer them. That's really what it comes down to. Now, how exactly does this work? How are we helping people generate traffic to their website or to your website? Simply how this works is you purchase a directory listing for $45, and you'll receive a top directory listing and 1,000 traffic exchange credits to your website. So if you're looking on the directory page, these are people who have paid $45, and they have listed their listing here, and when someone else purchases for $45, that pushes this listing down the list. And so you can always bump yours back up to the very top by paying another $45. And each $45 purchase gives you another 1,000 advertiser credits, those visitor credits. Now, one of the things I really like about those visitors is that they're proven buyers, because everyone who's gotten involved with Adhitprofits and anyone who's clicking on those ads, they've paid at least $45. So these are people that are within the income opportunity industry, and these are people who have proven themselves to be buyers and very motivated. So more than likely you're actually having more of a leadership type of a person come to your website. And so that's where you really want to appeal to them in helping them recognize what it is that you can actually do for them to help benefit them and bring value into their life and help them overcome their business struggles, whatever it is that they're struggling with. Because again, 97% of the industry is struggling. They're struggling. There's someone within any opportunity, probably at any given time, at any given day, going through some kind of obstacle, some kind of struggle. So if you help provide the solution, you get a sale. And that's just how easy it is. So that's what I really like about Adhitprofits, is being able to appeal directly to the people who are interacting on this website. So it becomes a community in that way. So I really, really like that. Now, as you can see here, as you click these 10 traffic exchange ads every day, you qualify for a share in the revenues on the website. So where do the revenues come from? Revenues are coming from people who are buying directory listings. Revenues are coming from people who are purchasing a forum advertisement. And those are right here in the forum. If you scroll down, you can see these different opportunities. It costs just $10 to post here in the topics, and it works just the same way as the directory listing. You pay $10, and someone else posts, and they will post above you. And each new post pushes everyone's down, and if you want to boost yours back up to the top, you just pay $10 more. That's a lot of cost savings over paying for a forum sticky. I'll tell you what, that's a lot of cost savings. So that's one of the goals here at Adhitprofits, is to offer cost savings, and better value, quality advertising services that are much more affordable, and being able to help people actually grow their businesses. Let's go back to how it works, exactly where the revenues are coming from. We also sell this leaderboard ad that's right up here on the top of the page. Because this particular banner reaches over 200,000 unique visitors a day, it's kind of expensive. So a lot of people actually do prefer the pay-per-click advertising, because they only have to pay for the clicks that they get, and they don't have to pay such a large price on this. But the people that have bought this particular banner right here, because it is seen by so many people, they do get a lot of clicks, and a lot of people are reporting quite a bit of signups as well. So you might try that out sometime if you see that it's available. And you can always see when it's available from within the members area. You click on forum within the members area. Right above this banner, it will tell you when the next one's available. But in the public area, it's not there. So you'll need to be inside of the members area to see that. And where else are the revenues coming from? Guaranteed traffic packages. Inside of the members area, a lot of our members are really loving seeing this little treasure chest. And each day they click on that, and each day there's unlimited numbers of clicks on that. It's really limited only to the number of people who have placed an ad. So the treasure chest is more of a game of chance, but it also shares revenue with everyone. So in a way, every single member wins whenever somebody purchases one of these guaranteed traffic packages. And so that guaranteed traffic package delivers visitors a little bit faster than the traffic exchange ads. And there's also the vacation mode. Some members get involved with Adhitprofits and they love the advertising services. They love sharing in the revenues, but they don't really want to click on any ads. So the great thing about Adhitprofits is we recognize that desire, and we offer a vacation mode for people who don't want to click ads, or also people who may not be able to click on ads for an extended period of time. Maybe they're away from a computer, maybe they're on vacation, traveling, what have you. Another stream of revenue here is the share auto repurchase. Now the share auto repurchase means that when your balance reaches a certain amount, you can select to have whatever that amount is to have the system purchase for you automatically the number of shares that you want. And there's a $1 convenience fee on each of those shares that the system purchases for you, and that $1 is then immediately shared with you and everyone else. And this last option here is the Easy Bonds shared transaction fees. Easy Bonds is a processor that's been online for over 10 years out of Australia. Just recently they got involved with the income industry, and they've been trying to appeal to more and more of site owners, and what they actually described when they contacted me is that they share their revenues back with Adhitprofits. And I really felt that this was a perfect revenue share model that would work best with Adhitprofits, because each time that someone makes a purchase or a withdrawal using Easy Bonds, they have a flat $2 transaction fee. So that flat $2 fee actually saves people a lot of money in of itself. But one of the great things that they do is they share 25 cents of that transaction fee back with Adhitprofits. So as members are making purchases or withdrawals, then we actually receive 25 cents, and that's then shared with you and everyone else. Now, for free, here at Adhitprofits, we have a URL rotator. Now, a URL rotator, if you're not too experienced with internet marketing, what that is that you're able to load up as many sites as you want into one link and display that link on all of your marketing sites, and having all of those pages kind of rotate through as more and more visitors go through that. And you can have just your Adhitprofits referral link in there if you want as you're marketing elsewhere. And the great thing about that is it brands you, so that as you are trying to stand out as a leader, you can have your photo there, and people can begin to recognize you as you have your name there as well. And then if people see those banners on the top and see that they can actually place their own banner there, there's a link that people can click to place their banners on Adhitprofits, and you make commissions. So that's the neat thing about using that URL rotator, is it helps you get more referrals for Adhitprofits, helps you make more money online. It gets your website seen by more people because you're actually out there now marketing with this rotator link, whatever else you're trying to promote, your primary business opportunity maybe. So whatever it is that you're trying to build, you can use that rotator to help build up your business. And you can also email people using that link, and a lot of times within email marketing, what you want to do is, like what I was mentioning before, kind of tease people, lead people up, make people wonder what happens, where do I go when I click on that link? I'm wanting something. The email has kind of told me that I can get targeted traffic to my website, but where do I get it? To find out, I got to click on that link. And so what this does is it actually cloaks that link. Whatever website you're promoting, whatever it is, when people see that link, it'll just say Adhitprofits/link/a number, and they won't know what it is that you're promoting until they actually click on that link and they're directed to that web page. So there's a lot of really great benefits to that. Now, one great thing about these shares, these directory listings, like I said, you share in the profits. So you actually share in profits until you reach $56.25 on each one of those listings. Now I know that is very exciting to a lot of people, and they really focus on that. But I really want to stress that there are some of our top earners with Adhitprofits that they have made 90% of their earnings actually coming from referral commissions. And it's truly amazing, what people can make when they put their mind to it and they get out there. And what I kind of think about a little bit is I used to work in a sales call center. And some of our representatives, they could sell anything to anybody. And it was amazing, listening into their calls and just being like, oh my gosh, this person, they were calling in about something completely different, and you sold them an internet package. How did you do that? And going back and listening to that call and finding out exactly what they did, what it was is they just cared. They genuinely cared about that person. They listened to that person, and they picked up on verbal cues, and they found out something about that person, and then asked them a question. Hey, that whatever it is that you're talking about, have you looked it up online? No, I don't have the internet. Oh, well, we've got internet. Or, I do, but it's not very fast. Or, I get it through something else, and, well, oh, how much do you pay for that? What's your speed? What else do you use your internet for? Once when you start to probe and find out what people's needs are, then you can pretty much tailor a message to them to help them recognize that what you've got is a solution for their needs. And that's where I just kind of come down to, is that there are some people that are involved in that sales call center that someone says, what's your balance? And they can say, okay, here's your balance. Okay, take care, goodbye. And they didn't even think to ask, oh, did you know that you can check your balance online? Oh, I don't have the internet. These are things that people can do in a sales environment to really show that you really care about that person and provide solutions, especially since, as I said, there's 97% out there struggling, and they're mainly struggling with how to get visitors to their website. So as you're out there in the industry and you're helping people recognize what it is that you're offering, you can maybe even ask them, what are some resources that they're using to drive visitors to their website? And maybe they don't have any, maybe they don't know any. And maybe if they do know some, then you can say, you know what, thanks. Here's one that I'm using, and here's my referral link. These are things that people can do to help people recognize what the true value is with Adhitprofits, especially since we're getting so many visitors. There are so many members involved with Adhitprofits. There's over 35,000 paid members here at Adhitprofits. I mean, when you're trying to build a downline, I just can't imagine of any stronger advertising resource than something that has this kind of Alexa ranking and that kind of response. It looks like what I've covered all of the information I wanted to cover on today's call. What I want to do is just open up to see if there's any questions on today's call. Please bear in mind with the questions that your prospects are listening, and so let's avoid any kind of negativity or anything like that. All right, so the first question says, how's everyone doing? Stephen, I'm doing great. There's a number of people on this call, but it looks like all of the information has been thoroughly covered. What questions do you have being on the call that you would like answers to about Adhitprofits, how it works, how you can make money, how you can use this to benefit you in growing another business? Now, as you're thinking through to see if you have any questions, one of the things I wanted to tell you is that at the very bottom of the page on the home page, you're probably noticing the processors that we're accepting. Visa and Mastercard, we actually have worked out an arrangement through Solid Trust Pay to be our merchant. And so without actually having to sign up for Solid Trust Pay or using Solid Trust Pay, starting, I believe, tomorrow, definitely by the 21st, we're going to be able to accept Visa and Mastercards directly on our website without actually using any other processor. So that's a really great thing that's coming out. And of course, there will be also another service being released tomorrow as well that I'm pretty excited about. The question from Marlene, hi Charles, is there a video on how to do the rotator? Please, Marlene. Yes, there are actually a couple of videos that are put together for the rotator. Let me go ahead and post a link for you, and I'll send that to everybody so that you can see that. What this is our Adhitprofits YouTube page. And what you can do is take a look and see that they're setting up my rotator, and then there's the free website rotator. This one I believe is recorded by Dave, and this one is recorded by myself, basically helping you know what the rotator is and then stepping you through how to set it up. Now, of course, the rotator is really meant to be an advertising tool outside of Adhitprofits. So, going to the traffic exchanges, because the people that are seeing the advertisements on the top, we want to help you with that tool refer people to Adhitprofits. And we want to help you also brand yourself and promote whatever else that you're involved in. So if you're a member of another income opportunity or another kind of traffic resource, advertising resource, you can load that into in your rotator and start getting referrals to those other opportunities, while at the same time helping you stand out as a leader, branding yourself, and inviting people to advertise on Adhitprofits. And hopefully they sign up from your referral link right there on that page. All right, so the next question is about the new Q directory listing ad packs. The main reason for that is that we've had some people that have gone all out crazy. Just really kind of how this works is buying a $45 directory listing. There have been some people that have spent quite a bit more than that, and so as we're sharing revenues, they're collecting it all, and then we've got a whole lot of members who have said, I'm not earning anything through the revenue share, something might be wrong. And it's not that there's anything wrong, it's just that there are some people that are collecting larger shares than everybody else. So to help kind of curb that and help get some more people out there to recognize what Adhitprofits really is, that's where we have now made it so that each member for now just is able to benefit from one. If you purchase more than one, then they go into Q, and then as they expire and they reach their maximum, then you are able to earn from any additionals that you've earned. And this is also in preparation for that additional service that we're going to be releasing tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be sending out an email about that, as well as the information all about it. What other questions do we have before we close the call? All right, well, I definitely want to thank you all for being on this call. If you've been invited here by a friend, a family member, a sponsor, please get back with them and sign up with Adhitprofits through their referral link. I also would recommend, if there's anyone that you know of that is struggling online or needs internet advertising, to invite them to the next call. And yes, credit cards are coming. We're expecting to have them ready by tomorrow. There was a test that was done last Friday, and we're just making sure that all of the bugs are worked out before it's made public with a Visa and Mastercard. That's right, Rudy. All right, well, thanks again for being part of Adhitprofits, being on the call. Again, if you know of anyone who's part of this 97% club, make sure to invite them in so that we can help them benefit from the advertising services and help them grow their businesses. Enjoy the rest of your day.